Heard it on the radio, we watched it on TV. They told us all about a war being fought for the right to live free. Liberty and freedom, that's a God-given right. So me and my friends, we all signed up and taught us how to fight. They sent us to a foreign land, 10,000 miles away, and we all knew we had a job to do, and there'd be a price to pay. We'd done our jobs and we'd done them well, but a lot of us died in a tropical hell, and some of us are dying now from what we got in Vietnam. And we fought long, and we fought hard, and we were proud to do half-hard. Many died, and there are those who won't survive without the Order of the Silver Rose. No Tex, he hailed from Texas, Stan the man from Alabama. Deep down in South Carolina is where they recruited Sergeant Dan. They came from every walk of life, from silver spoons to toil and strife. They were red, yellow, black, and white, and I salute them all, 'cause they fought long, they fought hard, and they were proud to do their part. Many died, and there are those who won't survive without the Order of the Silver Rose. They won't survive without the Order of the Silver Rose.
My America, a wild heart beats from the mountain tops, crowded streets. My America, dreams collide through the highs and lows. I take the ride, not perfect, no. We've got our scarred eagle wings, chasing hope under broken stars. But every flaw's a line of art. My America, you own my heart. My America, a wild heart beats from the mountain tops to crowded streets. My America, dreams collide through the highs and lows. I take the ride. Not perfect, no. We've got our scars, chasing hope under broken stars. But every flaw's a line of art. My America, you own my heart.
All right, all right, all right.
Hey, what's going on?
All right. Two disasters. We had like one in Baton Rouge with the shooting. I heard there were some people that got in disagreement and it got into a heated gunfight at the food court. And that's at
Yep,
that
that's
mall,
what.
Louisiana. And then last night in Oklahoma, they had like a bad tornado.
Yes, I saw that, and I'm so glad that we have none of those storms here. Um, we get dust storms, but probably not on the side of my mountain here.
You
Uh,
just never been to a monsoon yet.
yeah, I have been. I live in North Carolina. Got parts here all the time.
I thought that was hurricanes in Carolinas.
Yeah, and then um, Florida. But I don't think we had any hurricanes then when I was there for A school. But I had a Esther said I, and then I had a cyclone or typhoon, I guess you call it, in Hong Kong. That's when the ship was almost put
Yeah,
under.
just east,
Boy, that was tough.
the Atlantic. If you're in Atlantic, it's called hurricanes. If you're in like the West Pacific, not the Eastern Pacific, it's called typhoons.
Yeah, that's what it was. I mean, they called it a tropical depression, but because my job, what I did, I had to tell the weather. I had to basically, read the weather signs and file a report on it. And what I was getting was the winds were high enough to be a typhoon, and the swells on the waves on from the storm were high enough and dangerous enough.
Yeah,
And now in Minnesota, we had tornadoes too. And I told my house that I lived in for 8 years got hit with a tornado, and just a little bit, not bad, but bad enough where they had to replace the roof and make some repairs, things like that. But I mean, we've had bad weather because I had all my one of my trees come down in my front yard. That happened when I was going to Bill's house that one year. I was down in Ohio visiting Charles, and on my way to New York, and my my neighbor called and said, hey, got a tree that came, a lot of branches fell down in your front yard. A big storm that came through. So that's when I decided to cut all the trees down at that point. Cause then, except for the one that was in the front yard, I just left that one there. But I cut down like 5 trees that I didn't want to deal with anymore. I had one tree that was right beside the house. It was over 40 inches in diameter. And even if one of the branches would have fell off and come through my kitchen roof or whatever, it would have been destroying the house. That would have been it. I really didn't feel like living in a tent for time of repair. So cut down the trees and don't have to worry about it. And I don't care if people were happy or sad about it. I didn't really care. I was happy I didn't have to worry about um, that danger with the tree coming in my house. So sometimes you have to do those kinds of things. All right, we got one on Twitch and one on radio with the all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, some crazy things happening. Oh man, I get so mad at the certain people, Bobby, you and I, and a lot of our uh, audiences are the lighter skin, white, well,
Yeah.
and
Oh
uh,
yeah,
and
he got hurt when I don't know where how he what when. I think it was like last year, 2 years back, and she was like way inland. She's in Florida, if I remember correctly. And we get
well,
tornadoes, we get hurricanes, we get like everything in between.
yeah. So anyway, as I was talking about it, on X, we got black people that are calling us racist, Bobby. Black people calling us racist. I did nothing to them, and they're calling me racist. Not all black people. I know some good black people that am friends with, and I'm not saying those people are the problem. I'm saying the people on X or on Facebook or whatever shouting out, "Oh, well, you're racist if you're white, or if you're a Trump supporter, you're racist, you're a Nazi, you're whatever." No, I'm not. None of those things. And I can demonstrate to you if you want to see what the difference is. Of course, I'd probably go to jail after I did that. But I can definitely demonstrate it, and then you can understand what the difference is between what I do and what you say I do. Okay. I had a guy one time call me a racist when I caught him stealing something from my friend in the shelter one time, and I uh, I called him a thief, and I said a hole, but I said it out, the whole spelling a hole, you know. And he said, "Oh, you just get mad at me because I'm black." And I said, "No, I didn't mention anything about your color or your race or anything, but if you want to understand the difference, then I'll call you what you are, you know." And so I called him that name. We can't stay here, but I called him that name, which I don't usually use that name except you know, explain the fact that I never do that.
Yeah,
So 'cause I know it.
that's why called. Have you ever been called a hypocrite
Yeah.
because you
Oh yeah.
vote for someone?
Yeah. Yeah. But so anyway, in the case of this guy that I got, and he actually got removed from the shelter for 30 days because he was caught stealing. And it was on camera. It wasn't just me. It was on camera, and I'm the only one that said anything. Yeah, oh, you're a snitch now. No, I'm just reporting what I see. I'm not a snitch or anything. I just report what I see. Um, and as a military person and I did security work, I have to report what I see, whether I like it or not. And it's not that I'm a snitch or nothing. I got to report what I see. Simple as that. And so I did security for a couple of years after the military work. And so, yeah, I just had that whole mindset inside of me all the time. Report what I see, document, report. And you're going to piss people off, but you know what? They ain't going to mess with
Oh
you
yeah.
unless Unless they want to get mad and try to take you out. This guy, he got all mad. And, he got on my face, and I said, I'll put you down on the floor right now if you want to get in my face. And that was when I was younger and I could do that. And now I just turn around and walk away, boy.
Yeah.
I just I can't get hurt, Bobby, with my situation with my bleeding and things. And yeah, so I got to be careful with that. But he got kicked out of the shelter, and he got all mad, tried to blame me for it. And I said, no, you got caught stealing. So you don't steal from people ever. If somebody says here you can have it, that's not stealing. But if you're stealing something that belongs to someone, that's not right. I don't care what color you are. You know, if you're a thief, you're a thief. And that really just
Yeah.
burns me up when people do that. But yeah, that's kind of like leading up to the point of I want to try to see if I can get anyone interested that does the body cam work or police officers or sheriff officers that thou shalt not steal. You're right. I mean, I'm not perfect, but I do know the Ten Commandments. And I probably messed up on a few of them. But thank God he's a forgiving God. You know, he just died for my sins and for everything I messed up on. That's what the Bible says. And now that doesn't mean that I can go on and keep living a terrible life and destroying my life and everyone else's. That isn't what that means. And it doesn't matter what religion anybody is. If you understand that passage, Jesus died on the cross for our salvation to save us. Okay?
Yeah.
So
I can
we can
show
be
that.
cleansed. Obviously, we can't, you know, cure ourselves of our own issues, which is born into us. You know, we're already born in the negative standing. Without Jesus, we'd just be dying and not going anywhere. There would be no heaven, Bobby. If we didn't have Jesus, there would be no heaven. You
Yeah.
know that, right? If we did not have Jesus, Esther, you agree with that, right? If we did not have Jesus, there would be no heaven. Period. I thought you made a song like that. Yeah. Now, of course, some people might beat me to it, but my song's going to be a little different than theirs, but somebody else might use the same idea. We were talking about in Amanda's chat, Bobby, Brian, Total Brian, and I were on the phone
Yeah.
call. He called me with the uh, Facebook Messenger on the phone. You know, so he's driving home and then he puts me on speakerphone and he's driving
Okay.
home from work or from his radio. And sometimes he'll call me just to, keep himself awake because I'm talking to him, you know. And so he's uh he's talking he's talking to me, I'm talking to him, and I tell him about my pest control thing I got plugged into the wall. Let's see how many people get advertisements about it today. All right. So sorry, folks, if you get advertisements about it when I talk about it. But I got this thing called Zevo. You've seen the ad for it on TV. And
Yeah.
Zevo is a plug-in unit. It uses a sticky thing that you put in the holder. You put it in there, and when you put it in there, it turns on the UV light, which when it's plugged into the wall, that's what makes it work. Okay. The plug-in of the cartridge is the switch to turn on that UV light. Then the UV light attracts the bugs to the sticky part. So yeah, Esther got it right. Came here to make sure we didn't perish. But yeah, so anyways, we were talking about that. I didn't think anything of it 'cause we were on the phone talking. Of course, we were on Messenger on the app and talking on the phone. You know, that's a whole different thing. You know what I mean? So Facebook listens to you, and the next thing you know, trying to tell me, yeah, I started getting all these ads for Zebo. I know, you got to be listening to us, then. So, and I know that. And the funny part about that is that Facebook Messenger is supposed to be encrypted. You know, supposedly that doesn't happen for our privacy. Am I right? Isn't that what they're supposed to be? They're
It's
supposed to be
supposed to be.
encrypted.
It's supposed to use the technology by WhatsApp that provides like a point-to-point encryption.
Yeah. And that's what Facebook Messenger is supposed to be. So nobody can hack into your system or hack into your chat and say things or whatever. And so when that happened, I was like, well, apparently it's not working as well as it should. But I didn't say anything bad about. I was just talking about a product that I got. I think it worked really well. I got a lot less bugs in here. That if I didn't have that plugged in, I would have a million bugs in this place all over the place. So I'm thankful that I got that. I got it on a trial thing to see how it works. I like it. It cut the bug population probably to non-existent except for maybe a few that get in there. And then eventually they make it over there and they get stuck on the pad. Uh-huh. Or I catch them and I smash them. Either one.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. After a comment about that statement you just made, because they do even if you're not on the apps or whatever, yeah. Eavesdrop, yeah. Um, in my house in North in Minneapolis, in my house, I was talking to my friend Mike. We were watching a race, NASCAR race or something like that, and we were talking about something that we saw an advertisement about or whatever, and all of a sudden it came on the TV. The ad came on the TV for the product that we were talking about. Like, huh? What the heck is that about? No, I mean, I got to watch her working in the background, and so she picks up everything. The TV picks up everything. And if I say something, the TV can listen and actually, show a commercial about that item. I got it. That's how they make money. Because then if I like it, oh, I just talked about that. Let's go buy it. Obviously, that's what they're hoping for, right? So,
Yeah.
uh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
So,
like you can't just get a TV now. It doesn't even have a smart TV OS now these days. This is not only just my second flat screen, but it's also my first smart TV. I don't think
ah,
anybody in my family had a smart TV. Well, maybe
I've
my
had a
godmother,
cousin.
my godparents may have smart TVs, but this is my first ever smart TV. I don't think my uncles ever had smart TVs.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a few of them. I got this new one here, and so far it's been doing pretty good.
I mean, mine's a Vizio before it got acquired by Walmart.
Yeah, mine's a Samsung, and it does everything. I can connect my phone to it. I can connect the computer to it, whatever. You know,
Yeah,
stream whatever I'm watching on YouTube to the TV. But I usually don't do that. I like to watch TV at the same time I'm watching YouTube. So that way my mind is seeing two different shows at once, getting all that
yeah.
energy
Now
used
it's
up.
like now these days you get one of those Walmart branded TVs and it either comes with the Roku OS or the SmartCast OS.
Yeah, well, I got the Samsung. That's the Crystal 55-inch TV. And what's interesting about it is when I'm running my washer dryer, it's also Samsung. When it goes through its cycle, it tells me a notification on my phone, on my TV. It comes up and says, "Oh, your washer cycle is done. Now it's time to dry." You know, it tells you exactly what it is, what's going on. And that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I might have to take the dogs out because Blackie is having a fit.
Oh no, Blackie! All right, get him out, son. He always goes crazy when it's running too late. You know, Esther, if you could be on here, you could be enjoying this
He is
conversation.
fit.
A new show coming on A&E called Squatters. I can tell you what, if I found somebody in my house, they would be a permanent fixture in the backyard. And I got a lot of backyard from behind the fence. Well, you can. I can definitely get you on here if you want to have. Well, can you or can you? Are you saying you could? If you could, you mean like if you had the? No, I'm here. No, is it big? I don't know. No, I would. Uh, I got coyotes and outside the fence line. You can't. Okay. All right. Well, wish you could. So we tried to get Star on here. Bobby sent out some notices for people to come on. This new time with the Arizona time is a little bit weird because it's earlier than normal that we're used to, and it's kind of odd to have this. I said the Arizona time. Of course, if you're in Arizona time, it's not weird. Everyone at the same time. But if you guys change time zones, and we don't change any time. We stuck in the same time. So, which I like. This was the first time in my life that I had never changed the time for the daylight savings, so or whatever we're in now. I'm confused. Daylight or whatever the one we're in. All right, there's Bobby coming back on the screen with his phone. Hopefully it's not too windy out there. Tell Blackie to be quiet. Blackie, be quiet. Oh boy. All right, so let's see here. Oh, let's see what today's verse is on Uber. I've been looking at Ubers on quite a bit recently. Ubers on verse of the day. All right, here we go. Verse of the day. Now all things are of God, who has reconciled us to himself through Jesus Christ and has given us the ministry of reconciliation. That's in 2 Corinthians 5:18. 2 Corinthians 5:18, a New King James Version. Oh boy, here we go. So there you go. All right. Take a look at that. 2 Corinthians 5:18. Boy. All right. So, ooh, I did think that. I know on my solitary game. Probably not taking a walk. I just play my game.
Or you play the one that Windows 11 gives you?
No, I'm playing the one on the phone that I play all the time.
Oh,
Actually, I have over $70 in my winning money, but I can't get it because Arizona don't let me collect. Boy. Funny, you got casinos and gamble everywhere, but online you can't collect it. Yeah, that's a good verse, huh?
Yeah.
I shared
All
a
right.
verse that
George, let's go.
you verse, you version had today. Hey, you didn't pick it up, did you, Bob? You didn't pick it up.
No, I'm just trying to avoid conflict.
Oh no! Oh, with the two dogs,
Yeah.
or you got,
Well,
a neighbor dog.
well, well. Technically, you are supposed to pick it up, but I don't think nobody cared.
Oh, you don't get in trouble for it.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm trying to avoid conflict.
Yeah, man, his house still makes a lot of noises here, some pops and everything. Yeah, it's kind of funny. We got casinos here. I can play the lottery. I don't have any restrictions. I don't know why I can't play and get money online like I'm supposed to be able to. I'm old enough. I'd like to collect my $70 I have on this thing. That would come in handy. That'd be at least a tank of gas for me. But no, I don't know how to do it without them telling me, oh, the site's blocked. You can't get paid or whatever it says. Like, oh, man. That's why I haven't done any of those, cash things.
Oh yeah. I heard that some of them were very, very sketchy.
Yeah, like the games you can play for cash and you sign up and you never get paid. I'm kind of like this one here, but I just play a game to have fun playing. I don't really play to win any money necessarily. It doesn't cost me anything to play, and it's on the phone for free, so I don't have to worry about it.
Try him.
What's that music, Bobby? Hope we're not gonna get in trouble for that.
Yeah, sorry about that. Your music! Your music! What about it? We're trying to do. I'm trying to do like a show on mobile, and it's causing some problems. It can cause problems. You're showing mobile, and it's gonna cause problems.
That problem with living with roommates. Oh, family or not. Yeah, I don't know about that one. They take
Let's go.
they collect it and take it.
All right, come on. See,
Uh-oh.
that's what I don't like.
Oh, Blackie, come on. You're better than that, Blackie. You got in trouble last time. You got hurt. Blackie, get out of there. Run out of time on this one. Oh well. I usually get these done all the time if I have a good run on the third. Not this time. Oh, that doesn't work. Ah. Oh, there we go. Not burned it right now. Yeah. Ah, that's it. That's a waste of the game there. What was that? Hmm. I got that turned down. Why did it say? Let it make that sound. Oh, I'm not doing anything.
Alright, I'm back.
What the hell is going on there? Why did that show up? Alright. Well, then I always see on the TV right now, you got the ASPCA. You can donate 63 cents a day and fill their bowl. Well, I gotta eat 63 cents a day. That's one of my meals. And I didn't create the animals to be hungry. Well, then right after this one takes up about 15 minutes. Man, it really bugs me all the time. Well, I mean, it just bug, and then right after it, that's the St. Jude children with cancer. Oh, 1 in 5 kids aren't going to make it. Like, well, then why are we spending all this money trying to save somebody that we can't save? Oh, boy. I don't mean to sound heartless or anything like that. I agree, yes, it is sad, but at the same time, if the person that didn't have that animal, or didn't try to acquire the animal some way, if they would have been a real person, they wouldn't have that problem. The animal wouldn't have a problem, and the person wouldn't be that way, right? So, gotta make sure if you're gonna get an animal for a pet, make sure you can take care of it, whatever they need. And of course, children's cancer disease can't help that happens. But exactly,
Oh,
yeah.
there's Star.
Hey, what's
Hey,
up?
what's up, Star?
Hey, Star, I didn't see you there. I would have put you on, darn it.
I'm here, right?
I was watching a crazy ASPCA commercial about the dogs with the empty bowls that were supposed to help out. No, ain't gonna help them out. And I'm not gonna help out the
Oh, that's
feed
awesome.
our,
So how's it
you
going,
know,
Bobby? Anything wrong?
feed our children, feed the children donation thing which got busted for, fraud stuff in Minneapolis, right?
Well,
And when they showed a commercial for it, and I don't mean to sound like I'm racist or anything, but it's all
well,
black
it
children,
happened.
most of them. Most of them are black children, and the commercial was like, huh? How's that possible? There's no starving white children? Come on now. And they had maybe a couple of Mexicans in the commercial, but mostly blacks, and mostly of another country, not here. And like, why am I going to put my money towards that? I'm not going. I won't.
Hmm.
And that might sound like I'm a bad guy, and that's okay if you think so. You can go on your way then. You don't have to be here. You don't have to like me or hate me or whatever. Just do your own thing.
Yeah, typical stuff, right?
Yeah. I mean, I help who I want to help.
See, the Ukrainian people are starving. Well,
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, all the time they have that one on. Late at night is when they have that one on. And
Really?
it's like, why am I gonna spend my money in another country when we have people here that need help? Mainly our homeless veterans that need help.
There's a lot of people who are homeless in certain parts, of, especially
Yeah.
California, and then they come up missing. And,
Well,
you know,
yeah, some of the
at
bigger
least,
cities,
well,
some
I'll explain this why a lot of people don't understand. Elites get too bored and they have a lot of money, and basically they do human hunting.
Mhm.
That's their new whatever premise, whatever, but they do that. They just feel like, oh, no one's not like, going to miss them, that
Yeah,
kind of thing. And then I realize a certain agency is trying to pull people's heartstrings too. And certain scammers. So, like, how many scammers like busted their ass? And
yeah.
then, um,
But
and
I can't help everybody, and especially if I have to take away from what I need, I can't help them,
yeah,
and
you
I'm
gotta
not
see
going to.
there's any truth behind it, that kind of thing. You don't want to give it like that and they lie and cheat and steal and give it to tourist organization,
That's
that kind
why
of
I'll tell you,
terrorist
when I used to go to McDonald's in Minneapolis area, and it wasn't right downtown Minneapolis, it was like uh, Lake Street area, but it was you take Nicollet Ave with the certain bus and go up to McDonald's, and I saw this guy sitting there, and now I was homeless in the shelter though, I had a shelter I could go back to when it's time. I wasn't homeless living on the street like this guy was, but he was sitting there begging for money, and I said, well, I see a liquor store across the street. I know what he wants money for. But now remember, I was living on $200 a month, sir. I had no money to give.
Yeah, that's
But
like hardly to live on, and it's like
and so
goodness.
I ended up giving the guy, a meal. I bought him a meal, so I didn't give him cash, but I bought him a meal. So I tell you what, I'll buy you a meal and a drink or whatever. You can get a combo meal and have the whole meal. Now I'll do that for you, but I'm not going to give you $5 and then you go walk across the street and get a pint of vodka and then whatever. You end up
Oh,
hurting
so
somebody or
if you
yourself.
choose alcoholic, then
Yeah,
real food.
yeah.
That's
Or
sad.
he buys his drug of choice wherever he might go, whatever. So I made sure he got food, if anything, he got food. Now if he gets money from somewhere else, at least he has food. He has food in there first before he gets tired or drunk. And
Yeah,
so
but
I
some
tried to help.
Yeah, but some of them would probably rather have alcohol and drugs than,
Yeah, exactly. I didn't support
other
that kind of
people.
thing.
I don't
Uh,
totally understand that.
and
Thing.
if you support that, then you're enabling the person to have it, which you never did. So,
Mm.
hey,
The only
Blackie,
thing is that,
Yeah. Oh,
you're
this is
quiet
Black.
now. Blackie, Blackie, you're quiet now. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's
yeah, I
okay. I
know.
know
I
you.
gave Bobby some kind of like little button last night. He kind of missed the same.
Huh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Blackie can't help it. He barks. He's a dog. He's gonna bark.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I get it. No problem.
Yeah, I had to go get a bigger fish tank up to 20 gallons, have 15 gallons in the room. But I got to move my big grommies because they're getting giant, so I have to give them more room in the living room and kind of thing. And I'll put the other smaller grommies in the 15-gallon tank. But yeah, the fish I have, I feed them
Today,
well, and they get big.
today wasn't too bad. It got mid 80s today.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
go out at all. I stayed at home.
I
Huh.
think
Yeah.
we had about 75.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you're not freezing your ass.
We have some wildfires in the area. I know that, but nothing near me yet, which is good. So,
Yeah, it's those type of the time of the year, I guess.
that's the only thing I'm concerned about is the wildfires, but you have that anywhere too, you know. Everywhere you have fires, no matter where you are.
Yeah, but they're gonna hit California and then you guys is like hit,
You
a
know?
few times. But they're planning on it. But I don't know
Yeah.
exactly when. So what you guys wanted to talk about?
Oh, we didn't really have any plans. I was just talking about how people treat each other, about how we always get blamed. I, I classify myself as a white person, you know. They
Oh,
always
true.
call us they always call us racist. You know, they call us racist. I'm like, what? Well, why am I racist? I'm white. Come on now.
I've been called that by a narcissist prick. That used
Yeah,
to be my boyfriend's friend who
yeah,
backstabbed me and his best friend. I'm not even racist Spain at all. Like,
right.
okay, but people just want to
Well, what
throw
I've done,
people like
yeah,
shit.
what I've done with that is, I've made it clear that, um, I'm not racist. You know, there was one person that thought that I was, and I said, here, let me describe to you what racist is. And I called him the word that we can't say here, the N word.
Yeah, but they
That
think you got each other, and they get pissed off if non-color as them.
but the
Yeah,
thing
but
is,
why do they get pissed off when their
yeah,
own say? And I
this
don't
is a
get
story I
that.
just heard. Sorry, I just heard the story. I said,
Yeah,
you know, I caught a guy stealing some candy off my friend's bus in the shelter, and
well,
I
it's a
said, what are you
buzzword
doing?
for them.
Yes,
Buzzword.
ma'am. I said, what are you doing? You're a thief and an a-hole. But of course, I said the whole word. I said, you're an a-hole. And I said, and he said, oh, you're just racist. I said, I didn't use anything about your color. Didn't say black or nothing. I didn't use the N word. And then he said it again. No, you're just a racist. I said, okay. And I called him the N word. I said, now I might be racist. I'm calling you the N word. But in general, I don't care about who you are or what you are, except
Well,
that
they,
you're stealing
well,
someone's personal stuff. That's the problem.
the problem
Yeah.
is society makes it certain things. Certain individuals will control the society, put things into one's mind, and certain individuals fall for certain shit. And then
Yeah.
they haven't
So,
understand, certain stuff. It's like political kind of thing, and it's like using to make you like, oh shit, like one point and another.
well,
But
then another time, yeah, then another time, I was in this. I just got my apartment from the housing program, and so I got out of the shelter, got in the apartment, and I only had to pay a little bit of my $200 that I got. The county paid for most of the rent while I was there until I got my Social Security. But while we're there, according to the rules of my housing program that I was in, the rules was you're not supposed to have any drugs or alcohol in the apartment because well, we're supposed to be living a sober life and we're trying to better our situation as far as living, our living conditions, right? If you're sitting there drinking and you're trying to do drugs or whatever, and you get in trouble and you make bad decisions, and you wind up, damaging the place that you're at or whatever, or having all kinds of activity come by all the time. So anyway, this one guy that lived across the hallway from me, he was drinking and using heroin or whatever he was using, maybe some pot, whatever. And he kept having all these girls over all the time, which that's his own business. But when they're hanging out in the hallway, then it becomes my business. The hallway is universal, property for everybody. And you get unwanted people hanging out in the hallway, that's not safe for anybody. And so, vagrants, as you might want to call them. So anyway, I found out who his counselor was for his housing, and I went over to talk to him in person. I said, "You don't have to tell me, but I know that one of your clients live in this building because he lives across the hallway from me, and he's doing illegal things like using drugs and alcohol. And I know for a fact in my housing program, we're not supposed to use alcohol or drugs except for prescription drugs. Nobody uses them obviously, but nothing like alcohol or any kind of drug, uh, pot or anything. And so anyway, uh, the guy didn't really believe me, but he took my report, and then he came over and observed the lieutenant that he had on his contract, for the housing. And so next thing I know, the guy's getting kicked out because he broke the rules of the housing program. Okay? Now, some would say, "Oh, you're a snitch for doing that." I said, "No, I like safety. I like peaceful and safe existence. You know what I mean?" And so uh, he got kicked out. He destroyed the apartment, so it had to be completely remodeled. But we didn't have any more issues except for one time we got on the bus downtown, and I'm the white guy on a bus full of black people, and he gets all mad in my face on the bus, and he says, "This guy is a snitch. He got me kicked out of my." No, he didn't say that. He said, "This guy's a snitch," and then I said to him, and referencing to all the black people, and I said, "Why don't you tell them what I snitched on?" Right? So it was putting him out there like, well, he got kicked out because I was drinking and because I was using drugs and had all kinds of visitors, and which you're not supposed. And everyone knows if you're in a housing program, you're not supposed to do that. Now, first when he tried to call me a snitch, and everybody looked at me like, "Oh man, we gotta get your ass." And I said, "Well, tell him why I snitched." Well, he didn't. I had to explain it. And so then he confirmed it. But then like he sat down, I sat down, and everybody like looked at him like, "You're a stupid idiot." And the main point of this lesson is that when you're given the opportunity to have a place to live, you don't destroy it. You don't do something to ruin that opportunity. Okay? So if you're given an opportunity to have a place to rent, or you're given an opportunity to have a place to buy, you don't destroy it with your lifestyle. Okay? You gotta be responsible. That's what I do. I am trying to be responsible. But if I see something wrong, I don't think I'm a snitch for reporting something that needs to be talked about. You know, like, oh well, like I had this one case where some guy was working on cars on the property that was a business he was trying to run on the parking lot of the apartment building I was living in, and it was like, well, you're not supposed to be doing car work and making money on the property of the apartment building. You know, having a broken down car in the first place on the parking lot is illegal. And so they finally got that all cleaned up. But you know, I complained about that, reported it, and they might have hit me for that too. I don't know, but we got it cleaned up now. And so they had to go somewhere else. And,
Well,
but
you
yeah,
know,
that's just
so,
yeah. But yeah, that's just crazy stuff. You know. And then my governor here in Arizona, boy, he's a nut job. Oh boy.
yeah, well, a lot of
He,
things are a piece of work since there's a lot of shit that, you know, we all have to go through and things.
Katie Hobbs is her name.
Man, you won't
Katie
believe
Hobbs.
you
See
guys won't.
what she wants to
Huh?
sue the Trump administration. She wants to sue the Trump administration for the detention center that they want to put in Mariana County in Arizona here. And so Katie Hobbs is all upset about that. I said, well, you'd rather have illegals running all over crazy and breaking in everyone's houses. You're okay with that?
We have that issue
No.
here in California. You won't believe the new, like the governor's talk. They're trying to be who's the next governor for California, and
Yeah.
how like a lot of like these individuals. Okay, I'm like, you said you're gonna do this, but you're gonna tax the living shit of us. We got a lot more taxes for counter taxes, everything. I'm like, uh, you know, some of them don't get the point. Yeah, it's like face palm.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I saved that. It's in my Discord. Bobby could grab it, and you can see it. It's some shit. And you probably see some crap. The answers they are given, and I'm like, okay, but the population is, you know, suffering the thing, and yet like using them to what and what, and it's going to cost you a lot more money.
I'm loving this canine police show they have on A&E. Every stop they use a canine officer to get the guy. And I tell you, people never learn. They sit there, oh, the dog's biting me. Well, that's what he's supposed to do. If you wouldn't have ran, the dog wouldn't have chased you.
Yeah, like there's a lot of kind of sort of things, but we got a lot of fraud here in California. So it's like, you know, it's kind of weird. Like this past like feels like 2 weeks ago. Um, I have parts of it in my Discord. Bobby could fish out and post it. He has to find it. It's in California News. That's where you can look for it. It's like Lancaster Hall basically got raided basically by FBI.
Oh,
Yeah, and then two individuals like doing some kind of fraud and they got caught, but their two names are there. Bobby could take a look and pull it up for you guys.
Yeah. Bobby?
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah,
But you see what I'm talking about, right?
yeah. So, yeah. Thank you, Tara, for being here. Thank you, Star, for being here.
Yeah, Star wanted to put something up on the screen if you wanted to share.
Bobby could go pull it out. It's on California News on my Discord. You can pull that
Oh,
up.
okay. Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
It talks about the LA, our Lancaster Hall, like our governors, certain people like who control Lancaster, like that.
Yeah.
Two got nailed. Basically, if the highway might dig some stuff here, there's like I have a feeling those two individuals were part of the fraud ring, some sort.
Yeah, you put like 2 videos or something. Are you sure you want to like view them or what?
You can reveal it in like people understand the situation. Here.
Alright.
As long as we don't get in trouble, as long as we don't get in trouble for sharing it, we should be good.
Unless you give them the link like that on the chat, then they could do it in themselves.
Alright, well,
Are
this
you
is the
sure?
first. Okay, so this is the first video.
Ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not when I say this, but as things currently seem, California State is actually on the cusp of turning red, of flipping red. In fact,
Yeah.
I want you to take a look at it. California State, you see, as their gubernatorial election this year, Gavin Newsom has officially timed out. Come election season, 4, 5, 6 months from now, he's gone. 6 months from now.
Good.
And as things currently stand, guess what? It's actually 2 Republicans that are the California State gubernatorial frontrunners. Guy named Steve Hilton, 17%, Chad Bianco, 14%. And almost hilariously, guess what? California is a top 2 primary state, meaning that there's actually no guaranteed spot for a Democrat candidate. That is to say, if 2 Republicans are the top 2 highest performers, then guess what? All Californian voters have got to choose between are 2 Republicans. Now, this poll comes after former Democrat frontrunner Eric Swalwell dropped out 2 days ago. So check this out. Right now, Steve Hilton up top Republican, 17%. Chad Bianco, 14%. Tom Steyer, the new Democrat frontrunner, similarly 14%. We're going to talk about him here in a moment. Xavier Becerra, 10%. Katie Porter, 10%. Then it's a long list of Democrats here. But the Democrat frontrunner is a guy named Tom Steyer, polling at 14%. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not kidding when I say this, but the current Democrat frontrunner, Tom Steyer, is actually so radically progressive that he makes Gavin Newsom look like a die-hard conservative. I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. In fact, let me go ahead and give you an example of what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, just the other day, Tom Steyer here, who, like I said, is currently the Democrat gubernatorial frontrunner, there's a chance he becomes the new governor of California. Tom Steyer posted this, one of his new policy points, on his official X page. This is his account. This is what he looks like right there. Tom Steyer.
Oh,
Let's
boy.
get a picture of this guy up here so everybody can see. There he is. Now, Tom Steyer posted this new policy that he'd like to share and implement should he get elected. His plan is to arrest every single ICE agent operating in the state of California. I kid you not. In fact, it's a very long post explaining his entire logic, his thought process behind all of this. I'm going to do you a favor. We're not going to read all of this, but if you will, let me share with you a little bit of an excerpt of this very long post you just saw. He says, Tom Steyer says, and I quote, Trump has turned ICE into a criminal enterprise. So let's treat it as such. As governor, I will go after ICE the way Elliot Ness and Joe Friday went after the mob. I will bring them to justice by using their most basic crimes against them. For the mob, it was racketeering. For ICE, it was racial discrimination, as Tom Steyer says. So he's going to do whatever it takes to arrest every single ICE agent. What crimes are the ICE agents committing? What are they doing? Guess what? ICE agents, all they're doing is enforcing our congressionally passed federal immigration law. All they're doing is enforcing the law. That's what they do. Tom Steyer and radical progressives like him don't like that. Folks, I want to put into perspective just how insane this policy, just how insane this stance is, if you will allow me to bring up a little bit of an historical analog. Let's look back through the pages of our history book. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to the days of ancient Rome. Now, after Julius Caesar's legions had carried out their unauthorized conquests of Gaul during their campaign to the north, that's modern-day France, the Roman Senate threatened to prosecute Julius Caesar himself, but none of the men that served under Julius Caesar during his campaigns. To be clear, the Senate wanted to prosecute Caesar, but they had no interest in prosecuting the members of Caesar's legions. They rightly understood that prosecuting the foot soldiers, if you will, themselves, would invariably lead to an uprising against the Senate. Now, that said, Julius Caesar was still able to rally his legions and march onto Rome. This is where that phrase, crossing the Rubicon, comes from. You might have heard that. But my point here is this. What Tom Steyer is threatening to do, he's threatening to round up and criminally prosecute every single ICE agent, throwing them in a prison cell. What Tom Steyer here is threatening to do is, frankly, 1,000 times more radical than the actions of the Roman Senate that only led to the end of the Roman Republic in the 1st century BC. So yes, when I call Tom Steyer here a radical, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Very clearly, the Democrat Party has not chosen to moderate their platform or try to appeal to centrists or even make an attempt to appeal to conservative voters. No. To the contrary, Tom Steyer, Democrats, radical progressives like him, what have they done? They've chosen to become even more radically progressive. And you know what? That decision might just end up costing them, the Democrats, the entire state of California. As things currently stand, California seems to be flipping red. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this. It was a year ago exactly, following President Trump's massive 2024 presidential victory, that we actually started seeing Republican voter registrations in the state of California absolutely skyrocket. And I'll tell you what, since then, over the last 12 months or so, that trend has only continued upwards. More and more and more Californians are re-registering out of the Democrat Party, registering then as Republicans. They've had enough. Folks, the Democrats might have ended up pushing all of their anti-American, radically progressive agenda and policy points so aggressively down the throats of Californians here specifically that now even California voters don't want anything to do with them. And as you all know, California is a very big state. California has a lot of people living in it, which means it's got a lot of congressional House seats as well as having a lot of votes in the Electoral College, 55 if memory serves. So to be clear, if the Democrats do, in fact, end up losing California, and it seems like they are, it seems like Democrat voters are re-registering Republican, they might end up losing the gubernatorial race to a Republican governor. If they end up losing California, the Democrats will, frankly, never end up winning another national election. Good luck winning a presidential election, Democrats, if California is voting red. Good luck holding the House if California districts start voting red. Good luck maintaining your sanctuary city policies, sanctuary state policies in the state of California if the governor is red. What do you think happens in California if we've got a red governor? Mass deportations. Sanctuary state and sanctuary city laws are going into the garbage can where they belong. We're going to see California start working with ICE as opposed to pushing ICE away. California state will start enforcing federal immigration law as they should have been doing this entire time. If you start apprehending, deporting, detaining, getting rid of illegal aliens, this state has the potential to actually thoroughly, on a deep level, turn not just pink, but deep red by nature of shifting demographics. This is the Democrats' worst nightmare. This might be up on the horizon. We have to make sure this ends up being the case because this really is one of the massive steps that should be taken if we truly want to put America first.
Now, do we want to play the second one?
If you want, like, here's parts if you want to about how our newscastings, like how these individuals said, like each question. If you hear like these governors trying to take over the California state, you could probably facepalm their answers to certain questions been given by certain parts of the public, but they didn't allow fully. But it was placed. If you want to, Bobby, you can, and you can see the face palming moments these visuals said.
We don't get in trouble, and I'm okay with this one. We don't get in trouble.
All right, let's see.
You guys can like watch it yourselves if you want. It's something, then you probably understand. It's certain things that certain people would say.
That's actually a 2-hour. We're not going to do that one.
No, we're not going to do that.
No, you don't want to do the 2-hour one. You just give that to the people, basically. You just so they can watch our kind of race thing, with what these governors want. We're going to be coming to be our next governor.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that one guy won't get elected. Hopefully he'll lose to the Republican, and that would be good for you guys.
Yeah, we got a lot of people fighting for our state here, but like right now, there's a lot of
according to the Constitution, there is no sanctuary city or state or anything like that. All right. You know why? Because we are a United States nation, United States of America. Okay. That means we are one state of 50 now. All right. And every state has its own county. Every state has its own constitution as well. However, every state is basing its constitution on the national constitution. Please understand that. Okay, if it's done correctly, that is. Okay. Now, when the state drafts up a constitution article or bill, well, we want to do it this way, and then it's totally against the Constitution. I don't think it should be allowed. Like, gay rights or something,
That's the thing. But the problem is that we became a central state here in California, many years ago. It wasn't then, but somehow we end up to be.
So anyway, I had done a song on my Suno channel. I made a song that said, there is... What?
Okay. I just got to eat.
Okay. Well, it's something, like people understand, what was been going on here and see what these politicians damn said. It's like.
But anyway, the name of the song is called "There Is No Sanctuary City." I wish I would stop getting interrupted by Bobby getting called away, or Blackie. But Blackie, what are you doing, Blackie?
Blackie said, "Wait, me too."
Even by the door, waiting for Bobby to come back.
Yeah, my uncle got me a couple of bald eggs.
Ah,
Oh,
well, at least I bought a little something for you guys, then and there, what's going on, because there's a lot of certain media isn't really, upcoming. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, I got something funny to tell you. Uh, talking about the whites causing trouble. Right? Jasmine, I call her Jasmine Cracker. You haven't heard nothing from her for a while. She's
Um,
been quiet. Well, she's done with her term as of November. She's out. Al Green has been quiet. He's already gone, or will be gone in November, I guess, also. And they're both out in Texas. All right. Anyway, Jasmine Crockett said on Joe Rogan. Now, why am I coming across twice, Bobby?
Do what?
Okay. I heard myself coming across twice, and that's
I'm
not me.
sorry. I corrected. Don't worry.
Okay.
Uh,
Anyway, so Jasmine Crockett said, I never threatened anyone. I never wanted to hurt anyone, or I never threatened Elon Musk or anything like that. I think she said, you go back and look at it. It's on YouTube. Just look at her Joe Rogan interview with Jasmine Crockett. I say Crockett just is nuts. All right, she's on crack. Plus, I don't want to associate her last name with the great explorer with Davy Crockett. Okay. So anyway, um, she tried to claim that she didn't say that. And so I thought to myself, as everyone said, so I remember hearing that before. So I go to Grok and I say, Grok, did Jasmine Crockett ever say this about threatening Elon Musk or Tesla or anything like that? And of course it came back, yes, during the election, she said she wanted to burn down all the Tesla dealerships and wanted to see Elon Musk be destroyed and end, on her birthday and all that stuff. You remember her saying that. And so the point of the matter is, she caught herself in her own lie, as she stated. And so, who's causing the disruption and the discord? Not the application discord, but the discord of society. Who's causing the separation and the whatever situation you want to call it? The all the disruption of the unity that we're supposed to have. Not the whites. It's always the black people. Seriously. And I don't mean to be sounding racist or anything. And there are great black people out there. I know some really great people that are black. And I don't have a problem with black people. I have a problem with people that are idiots. Okay? And I don't care what color you are. You can be an idiot in any color. So anyway, yeah. So if anybody says anything like, "Oh, I never said that," well, let's do a search. Let's see if you said it. And Super Grok is pretty good. Pretty much gets you right out there. Google, you might not get a search on it. Something that Google don't want to talk about. Sure, Super Grok will actually be able to talk about it. So, that's the better thing about Super Grok on X. Of course, you have to be paid member for that. So, Bobby, I got 3 cards that I pulled up. If anybody wants to do
all
a
right,
reading
let's go.
before we get done here, we're almost over time now.
Yeah. 19, make a decision. Are you choosing to prioritize yourself or another in this situation? Accept the mind guidance pointing you toward your own joy. You deserve it.
That's a nice looking card, isn't it? Let me hold it down here.
Well,
That's a nice looking card.
so Tara's saying, "Are you like diabetic, Bobby?" She's just saying,
What's that?
Well, Tara's saying like eggs are good. Like She's just wondering if you're diabetic.
Am I the? Oh, Bobby.
No,
If
Bobby.
Bobby's diabetic, I'm not yet. But Bobby, are you?
Yeah, 27, regain your focus. Trivial life matters are distracting you from your goals. Our teacher Metatron and I are here to help you stay grounded.
All right, Bobby. Answer the question.
Yeah, what is it, Star?
Well, well, basically, Tara asked a question. She after she said eggs are good, and she's wondering you are diabetic.
Yeah, eggs are good if you are diabetic. Yeah, I mean, I
But
got like a blood. I mean, it runs throughout the family.
But you're not. You're like What level are you? Like, are you pre-diabetic or are you one or two?
I'm more like pre.
Oh no!
okay, so if you're pre, then you gotta eat healthy foods, so no sweets. So you gotta cut, certain
Yeah,
things.
but I'm
Not
getting my but I'm getting it controlled back down to where I don't get it as much.
and yeah, you gotta eat healthy, like not big portions. You gotta control that. It has to be organic food, so you might have to shift your diet a little bit. Then you'll be fine because I know certain family members, so like I known my mom's side and my dad's side. Fortunately, they were having that, but they corrected it. So if you catch it in time, you can reverse the effect.
Okay, here's
So
my
Okay,
third.
so 3, Archangel Michael is with you now. Even
Sorry,
though
I'm
you
done.
see it, I am actively working on this situation. I am here and forgiving you.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I am here, helping you.
I am here helping you. Okay.
Yeah, I am here and helping you. Okay. Sorry, I'll send you the picture of all three of them. You can post
Yeah.
it on the Discord and actually, if you wanted to, you can post it up here. Bobby, so Esther asked a question. Eggs are good for you if you're diabetic. And
Oh, that
so I
wasn't a
guess you can
question.
look.
That wasn't a question. That was a comment. That was just a.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I looked at this question. Go ahead and ask Google if that's okay. Ask Google if the eggs are bad if you're diabetic. I'm just asking. I'm not trying to cause any trouble here.
well, once you don't have too much of it, you can have it, once in a while. I don't see any kind of issue. It's like mostly like sweet stuff, sugary stuff, because diabetic, and because you don't want to create enough insulin in your body, so you got to be trained in that. And if you have any kind of sugars, it will cause a lot of kind of issues. So you can't.
Yeah.
It's a process how like you eat and your intake is, and you got to cut all the sodas out. It sucks balls, but you got to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
I know I cut out a lot of my food. I still have some, but not a whole lot like I used to.
Yeah, it's just like natural food, like natural grown food. Basically, if you're craving sweets, then you gotta find natural food that is just as a substitute. You gotta train yourself and your body and your thoughts in a way, but it takes time. But other than that, things will be then like also because you'll be shifting your weight as well. So there's a lot of reasons behind it. And of course, there's some people that I know like overweight. Like doctors say, BMM like that do have it. Some people are born with it. Some are not. It depends on family genetics. Somehow like flip the switch. So it's you know, a lot of people don't understand is like genetically induced are, you know, are her habits, what we do in our life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
All
it's,
right. There you go, Bobby. I sent you that. Share
All
it.
right.
And actually, you can post that picture up on the main screen so everybody can see all the cards together.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, a lot of what was said, you know,
So basically, the cards that we have here tonight are about make a decision. You know, someone or maybe all of us are at a decision-making point, whatever that might be. Um, look, you know, make sure that you know that there's help there. You can reach out and ask for help and guidance. You know, and to regain your focus. Sometimes we get distracted. Yeah, there you go. Sometimes we get distracted, and we end up not going in the right direction or going off on sideways because we didn't pay attention to the guidance that we were receiving. But Michael is here always to help you, so you can always call on him to help guide you, or the Holy Spirit, however you want to look at it. So I kind of enjoy doing the group readings, and this way everybody sees this video, they can look at this reading and think, "Oh, that's nice,"
yes, it's
you know.
Bobby has that still up after we went through that kind of poll, that kind of
Oh
small
yeah.
talk. Um,
Now you know if you want like a gaming session together, just drop me a line.
well, yeah, you can, you know, like you could talk to me anytime, you know, Bobby. You know, you see me, I'm on, you know, just say
And
what's up.
we're trying Restream again. We're testing that again. I purchased a month. They probably do more than a month, and if things work out, I'm going to try to go ahead and get a whole year paid for, and then pay for a year on StreamYard, and we can just kind of decide which one we want to do, you know, or we do. Then once I get used to Restream, I probably won't need StreamYard after that, you know. Uh, but for now, we're gonna go ahead and keep both of them just to try to see which one we like better and go
Yeah,
from
I
there.
could see that, but I don't know if we're gonna able to vote with that. It could probably be turnout. I won't be surprised if we, you know, kind of thing. So it's like kind of heads up, but I'll let you guys know if they kind of change it, you know, kind of
Yeah.
thing. But what was bad that these individuals are getting homeless, basically cigarettes or money to, you know, register to vote, basically, and you're taking our people's addresses, basically, and other names to use.
You have to vote. You have to have a
Yeah,
physical address.
yeah,
You
and
have
it
to have
got
a physical
caught.
address to
And
vote.
see, the problem is that the politicians here, they're trying to make a policy, trying to pass it. Like one person, I forgot his name, who's supposed to fraud, but they're gonna charge the media people who are supposed to fraud and showing it, you know, that kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
years in jail, big heavy fines up to 15,000 or more to bring
Oh
back
wow.
individuals. Like it's there, Bobby, because of dig it up and find it for you. It's all in the California news section I put. And if you want to look into that, um,
Yeah,
it's
I don't break any laws like that. If I
yeah.
can't
See,
vote, I don't vote.
the problem is that we're kind of face that kind of situation. If the Democrats do win, they're gonna shove that bill down our throats, and in other words, they're gonna silence us and put that out basically against
I
anybody,
think, yeah,
against them.
I think in reality, the Democratic Party is in trouble for the midterms. They're not going to admit it, but I think they're in trouble for the midterms.
They're in trouble, but they're infiltrating the other side. That's the thing. They're causing a lot of problems with draft and whatnot, but but I'm looking at the certain policies and certain stuff, and some things about what's been going on here, and I just feel like I'm like, damn. So the
See,
way
what's interesting, sir, what's interesting, I don't know if you see this
rotate.
or not.
No, they
Yeah.
also they will like force the YouTube and whatever take off your like if exposing the fraud. They will do that.
Yeah.
That's
So,
another part that they're trying to pass.
right. So here's something if you haven't seen this, recently. Now what did I think of, wait for it, wait for it. I can't remember. Oh, well, anyway,
Yeah, you'll
something to do
probably
with
remember and say
some,
the text.
no, I was thinking about how the Democrats okay. So President Trump and the Republicans are always talking about this is gonna happen. We're gonna do this. We're gonna fix it. The only reason why we're not fixing all the prices at once is that certain people want to see the price high, so they can say they blame President Trump for it not happening. When actually the price was high under President Biden, and we're still suffering from what President Biden did for 4 years. Okay. Now the only thing that I'm saying is this here. All right. One thing you gotta understand is this. All the Democrats have to do when they're on that stage talking about their campaign is, oh, Trump this and Trump that. Some will say the F word with it. We can't even say that here. Right? They don't like it. And
Yeah,
some
they
will say
turned
the F
the
word.
district
And
here.
on the broadcast, sorry, they'll say the F word on the broadcast. All right? And they're saying F Trump or F them, whatever. And it's like, huh? Why? What are you doing that for? Why are you saying it like that? Why don't you tell the people what you can do as a party to help the people? No, instead you're going to complain about President Trump. Okay? Now,
No, but
for the most part,
now you remember whenever they had those terrorists and the Supreme Court struck them down,
yeah,
and
I remember that.
now you got consumers thinking that they should get the refund because they too was suffering just like the product was. They had because
no, the,
you had to get your stuff all over the world, so the tariffs could be a little bit pointless.
Well, basically, the problem is a lot of people couldn't get their homes, so we built here. That has been burned down, like a year ago. Well, it feels like almost 2 years.
yeah,
But
right. But,
down below in the LA, certain spots, like they're trying to fight, certain policies to build a house. I know a lot of people left and not coming back. It's like, fuck, this and other words. And someone trying to fight some kind of rules so that we built a house. And I thought some of those going to give up and just uproot and find other place to go. So that's other part and what's been going on. And a lot of the victims, it's kind of like, well, Lahaina that has been faced. And this is what they're doing to the people here in California. Same treatment as Lahaina. Policies, kind of quote. But the way they're kind of pushing for an Olympics game here, where they're going to put the stadium? Like, we have no room for it, and exactly where, and a certain kind of situation. So I probably expect, some weird shit, basically, down the road when they get the Olympics here in California. I won't be surprised. So it's like some
but
parts.
just watch your, yeah. What I want you to do is watch your Democrat um, candidates, everyone you have in California. All they talk about is how bad the Republicans are and how bad President Trump is. Now, Bobby, the tariffs is something that the federal government can control and to stop the action of. But now, I know for a fact that with the tariffs, it didn't affect me any.
Yeah, but the problem is like their countries put tariffs on us, like for goods.
Well,
Okay,
it helped
you know what I
me.
mean?
It helped me put money in my pocket, and, or at least keep money in my pocket. Maybe not put any more money, but keep money in my pocket. All right.
I think what's going to
So it
happen
didn't make.
is that maybe one day all the prices will go down, and maybe,
Yeah,
I'm
eventually.
not too
Now,
sure about getting a refund for it, but have it
no.
go down to the point where it's more affordable.
Yeah, and that will happen.
That
But
because like
remember,
other like so if
we're
the
still,
other world parts are gonna do tariffs on us and they rob us basically for our supplies and things, okay, for I forgot how many years, a good chunk of
right.
years, I guess. Uh, so and like people were kind of fighting. It's like if the other countries put tariffs on this, well, we had to do the same because the couple of the cost of stuff what we do, like for trade. If they want us to do free thing, they have to do free thing as well. We'll trade, not just rip like our other part of the world off, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
But I found out that like recently India basically has something to do with fentanyl sent it to the United States. China got caught specifically for that. And now India has been doing that. We found that out. So, and another thing is that we have another problem besides fentanyl here. And we have a higher, it's like a cypionite orbit like that is released in California. Somehow got through somewhere. People are like, someone died, San Francisco at some point, and people tested the body, and now they're trying to figure. They're telling our people don't grab, anything you don't know. Only buy things from pharmacy only, because they don't have a proper protocols to test if your shit's contaminated. Basically, and something should not, be there. What you got, kind of stuff. So it's sad that we can probably lose to a lot of people here in California. People's gonna do some weird shit out, and it's gonna probably spread to other states. So that could be heads up kind of situation, because it's hitting here where I'm at, and it's gonna way I feel it's going to spread to other parts of the states because the situational.
Yeah. Well, I think Tara has to go.
All right. Yep. Thank you, Esther, for being
Yeah, it's
here.
good to see you, Sarah, and a few people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
No.
only just Tara that came.
Yeah. C&D boy wasn't here today. Huh.
Yeah. Well, at least you learn a little bit of things.
Hey, wait for the sunrise. Hey, Esther, stay for the sunrise video. Don't go yet.
Yeah. Yeah. All
My
right.
sunrise video stars that I get here out of my back window are amazing.
All right. And I guess we're ready to get on out of here. So here we go.
Yeah,
I got it.
Morning breaks on bended knees. Your mercy finds me easily. And I will sing it out till the walls come down. Your name is holy now, forever on my mouth. Forever praises to you, Jesus. Forever praises to you. You are the eternal light. You are the song in me tonight. Forever praises to you, Jesus. Forever praises to you. You are good. You are good. We lift you high. You are good. We lift you high. When the night feels far too long, you are still my steady song. In the fire, in the storm, your love keeps me safe and warm. And I will sing it out till the walls come down. Your name is holy now, forever on my mouth. Forever praises to you, Jesus. Forever praises to you. You are the eternal light. You are the song in me tonight. Forever praises to you, Jesus. Forever praises to you. You are good. You are good. We lift you high. You are good. We lift you high. When my strength runs thin, you carry me again. When the shadows fall, you answer every call. Jesus, Jesus. Forever all my days, Jesus, Jesus. I will sing your praise. Forever praises to you, Jesus. Forever praises to you.
and welcome to ERRT Radio. Join us 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday night for Seekers, Chronicles, Paranormal Historians, with Anthony, Jenny, Kim, and their guests. And right after this show, join us for the Positude Podcast, hosted by Maggie Hart, at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Hey boys, I'm not wearing panties!
All right. All right. Everything's gonna be all right.
Uncle, I'm trying to do a show.
Remember, we're on Mixler for everything audio podcast only, and for video, YouTube, Facebook, X, Rumble, and Instagram. We encourage everybody to pause and scan that QR code right away, or forever be a ghost holding a cannoli.
Hey, how you doing?
And we are checking out Restream for the broadcasting studio part of it. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll still be using StreamYard, but we're testing Restream, and if we like what we see and like how it works, or we can get used to how it works, we'll make it happen. All right. But right now we're gonna keep using StreamYard, and we're used to it, and we're gonna use Restream on some testing stuff. Bobby will use it on his game session, and he played a game session the other night. I didn't realize it was gonna be 3 hours, Bobby. It's that long.
Yeah, that was just 90 minutes, the last one.
Yeah, but what was nice about it though is I noticed on Restream there wasn't a lot of buffering with it. You know, like on sometimes StreamYard you have buffering, you know, because it is overloading the system, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And so with Restream, you know, it looked like it was all right. So from what I could tell, and there wasn't that lag. There wasn't a lag situation you have on StreamYard sometimes.
Well, I guess without further ado, we'll see everybody next time. Thank you, Star.
I hope y'all like the sunrise video. The video is actually me shooting the video with the phone. The music is Suno AI generated. I put in a suggestion for it, and Suno makes the whole song for me. Pretty darn cool, huh? So it doesn't always have to be religious. I just like to use that to be uplifting and peaceful. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's it. Yeah. Thank you. Check out my other sunrise videos on X and on YouTube and Facebook. I post some of them. They're all over the place. So I think if you look at some of those, you notice they're very nice and relaxing. And if you notice the location of the sun each time I shoot the video, it's different. So it's the same mountain ridge, but it's farther north because it's moving around the Earth, or the Earth is moving around the sun, rather. And so the sun is changing location on where it's at, or rather the Earth is actually, because we're going around the sun. If that makes any sense. Anyway, it'll wind up more to the left. But if you look at it so far, what I got from the time I've been doing this every day almost, it's clear. You'll notice how it kind of walks across the top of the ridge. I'm not sure how to do it, but I wonder if there's a way to show all of those beginning sunrise pictures and see the progressive continuation of the sun time. That'd be awesome, Bobby, if we could figure out how to make that video. So all right, we'll see everybody. Oh, who's here coming in? Someone else is coming in here.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay, well,
We're fixing to close out right now. Sorry.
yeah. Thank you. Please come earlier. We've been here a little bit, almost 2 hours now, which is unusual for us to do an hour usually.
Yeah.
So, please come back and join us and enjoy the conversation and share your own conversation. If you request to do an extra show, we'll talk about it. Right, Bobby? We'll talk about it. If
Yep.
somebody wants to have a show on Saturday night, we'll talk about it after or before the replay option that we do. And remember, it's Saturday night replay for Anthony and Jenny. Okay? All right. We're out of here then. Thank you, Bobby.
Let's see you next time. Thank you for watching.